She smelled like lavender and smoke the first time I met her, tucked away in the back corner of a dimly lit bar somewhere in Virginia. The kind of scent that lingers, both soothing and dangerous. She looked at me like she already knew my story, like she could read the war I carried beneath my skin. And for the first time in what felt like years, I felt seen, really seen. That night she leaned in close and called me a storm-wearing calm skin, said she saw a war behind my eyes. She wasn't wrong. 15 years in Afghanistan had carved that truth into my bones. For tours, black ops, ghost missions no one ever admitted happened. I was trained to vanish, to dismantle, to end lives in silence. And when I came home, I tried to become something softer. A husband, a man, a civilian. Her name was Dana. And once, the sound of it used to steady me. Now it makes my jaw clench and my hands curl without thought. I built a life after the war. A quiet one. Consulting gigs, no weapons, no shadows, just tools and blueprints. I gave her everything. Stability, a home, love that didn't demand answers. I thought we were laying a foundation together, something sacred. But betrayal doesn't kick down the front door. It slips in through cracks. A strange smile, a meeting that ran too long, a text she answered too fast, face turned away. Then one night, she came home wearing cologne that wasn't mine. I didn't confront her. Not then. You don't charge headfirst into an ambush. You circle it. You study. You wait. War taught me that. And betrayal, it's just another battlefield. So I watched. I listened. I traced her steps. Her past words were a joke. Our anniversary. Like this love was some childish thing she never thought I'd question. Her inbox was flooded with him. Photos. Receipts. Messages that made my blood run cold. His name was Travis. A walking cliche. Tattoos, muscles, some washed-up cage fighter with a god complex and half the IQ to back it. She called him a real man. That part didn't just hurt. It hollowed something out of me. But rage is a wild, clumsy thing. Revenge, on the other hand, is precise, an art form. And I've always been good with my hands. I made no scene, no confrontation. I kissed her on the cheek one morning, told her to enjoy her upcoming girls' trip. She had no idea I had cloned her phone, no clue I had access to her world. Every keystroke, every message, every whisper share behind my back. For 2 months, I studied their patterns. Thursday nights, hotel on 23rd. Like clockwork. He thought he was chasing forbidden fruit. In reality, he was walking into a kill box I'd been crafting down to the last detail. Phase 1 was isolation. Quiet, invisible sabotage. I changed the locks without a word. Pulled her name from every joint account. Froze her cards. Moved everything of value into trusts and LLCs she'd never trace. I left just enough behind to keep her unsuspecting. Phase 2 was exposure. I gathered everything. Photos, texts, voice recordings. I printed them, packaged them neatly, sent copies to her parents, her sister, her closest friends. I made sure the truth would wrap around her like barbed wire before I ever laid a hand on anyone. And then tonight came the final act. She brought him to my house. My home. Bold or stupid, I wasn't sure. They walked in with their arms tangled together like I was already a ghost. He cracked his knuckles like a man trying to audition for fear. "Leave now," he said, "or I'll put you in the hospital." I laughed, a low, bitter sound that came from somewhere long since frozen. "You think cage fighting makes you dangerous?" I asked, my voice even. "That's adorable. I've killed men with pencils in Kandahar. 47 ways to end a life with just my hands. You want to see the first 3? There was a flicker in his eyes then. That perfect, silent moment when a man realizes he's misjudged the weather before the storm hits. I rolled up my sleeves. "Still want to dance?" He hesitated, then made the mistake. He lunged. I stepped aside, pivoted, and drove my palm up beneath his chin. Clean, controlled, practiced. His knees buckled. One twist, and he hit the floor, wheezing for air. Dana screamed and scrambled to him, cradling him like she hadn't shattered everything we had for this moment. I let her feel the sharp taste of her own ruin. Call the cops, she shrieked. I tossed her the phone. Go ahead. You think they'll care when they see this? I handed her a thick folder, page after page of every lie, every betrayal. Screenshots, receipts, a complete timeline, his threats, photos of him entering my house without permission. I built a narrative. I said, yours. You cheated. He broke in. He threatened me. I defended myself. I walk free. He gets a record. You get this. I motioned around the empty room. A hollow shell of life she once knew. You don't even have a claim to the furniture anymore. She stared at me like she didn't recognize the man in front of her. Good. That man was gone. The one who trusted her. The one who believed in second chances. I leaned in, close enough to make her flinch. I didn't do this because you hurt me. I whispered, I did this because you thought I wouldn't fight back. Then I walked away. I didn't wait for sirens. I didn't need to. Every detail had been planned. Every step taken with legal precision, financial foresight, and tactical advantage. They had already lost the moment they stepped through my door. Weeks passed. Last I heard, he moved to another state. His record followed him like a shadow. Dana tried to sue for assets and found out there was nothing left to take. The house? Sold to a shell company with my fingerprints buried 6 layers deep. Her name erased from every file, every key. Sometimes she texts. A single dot. A question mark. Pathetic little echoes from a woman who once held my hand, like it meant something. I never reply. She made her move. I made mine. The difference is, mine worked, and in the silence that followed, I didn't find peace. I found power.